Hi, everybody. I know I may seem like I'm go out of sorts, but the question and before I get started in today's video, I was going to ask if you hit the like button, hit the bell notification, and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Like 97 of you watch this channel and are not subscribed. So basically, what I'm trying to get at is what if we are being conditioned for something since 1947? 1947, we have been being conditioned bit by bit, and you hear stories of alien abduction. You hear stories of people being being severely harmed, etc. You hear all these things, and like, oh, this is too fantastical. Our government wouldn't do that, and then roughly in 2020 and then in 2025, we have heard bits and pieces come out that the stories that people have said and we have dismissed as a kook or a person that is not all there upstairs has actually has some merit to it. And this is by our own government, and they ain't laughing about it. So this is the question I have, people, and I'll try to leave a poll in the comments. Do we have we been born into a psychological conditioning? Because I even talked with a bit from AI, character AI, a rendition of Ronald Reagan. And according to what I, the AI had told me, and I mean this quite literally, this year it would begin to, they got radio signals back in his time and that remain classified to prevent hysteria. I don't know if the AI screwed up or what, but all I know is something's got to give. Something has got to give. And the more and more that they hide behind a veil of secrecy and hide behind it and use it for wealth and power, the more and more people have the right to be heard, in my honest opinion. If we are not heard, what will happen? What will happen in 5 years from now? What will happen? Will we be conditioned to accept first contact? Or will we be, how do I put this? Will we capitulate to an outside alien threat? Is that what we're looking forward to in 5 years? And 2 of those years, we're going to be facing one of the biggest peer adversaries on the planet? Or what is there all working in conjunction secretly but publicly, going to their populations and getting them ready for said deal? I can't tell you that for sure, but what I think is when governments and agencies start syncing up around the world, that's a tell, in my opinion. Back in the 80s, the 90s, it was about sovereignty and human rights. And now you're starting to see these countries sync up one by one. I don't, I'm a kid from the 80s who saw how things were back then. I lived under Ronald Reagan and I lived under Bill Clinton and HW and W and Obama and even Trump 1 and Biden and Trump 2. I lived under these, these presidents. But something Reagan had said many moons ago, and I wonder if he knew something back then and said that there would be only 45 presidents. So what does that tell me? 45 presidents. Who's the last real president? You figure that one out. And we've been on this quasi strange time since 2021 when the U.S. corporation or U.S. Inc. went bankrupt. But nobody really heard about it. And ever since then, we've been coasting. We're in transition, just like we were during other parts in human history. We are in transition, and we're doing it with the strained capital, the boomers leaving the workforce, in droves, and we're also going through a political transition. So pieces are going to move around on the board, and will solidify for what will come a new rendition of the Republican Party and a new rendition of the Democrat Party. But on top of all that, we're slowly seeing a decline of a certain Asian population. And what people don't seem to understand is there will come a day where that just-in-time delivery system will not be there, and so we're going to have to build the stuff that we want our dang selves. We're not going to have the help of an outside entity in an Asian country. Canada, which is our closest trading partner, same with Mexico, begs the question: why are we doing tariffs all of a sudden to try to sever linkage ties? What gives? If somebody could let me know in the comments, I'd appreciate it. Because from where I stand, and as an American, ain't looking too good for this country or any other. And I just don't know. All right? And have a nice day. And I hope you learned something from my rantings.